Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So, as you all know, this is Betty, owner and creator of Betty's Custom Design here on YouTube, Etsy, Facebook, and Instagram. And this morning when today is Thursday evening, but this morning when the bad storm came through, I went into work late so I didn't have to go out in the storm. And so I sat here and I done a 45-minute video for you guys, only to find out there was no sound whatsoever, none. So this is what we had done this morning, and it's what we're going to do again today, because I really want you guys to see this and to know how to do these. I seen Natasha on Treasure Books. It's one of our older videos, and I'll try to remember to link it. But I seen her doing these, and you know, I have tons of books that I need to use the pages, and these were just beautiful. And look at this, how it still has the handwriting in there on that page. So this one is a little bit too large for my journals, but that's okay. I will use it. So it will be dependent upon the size of your journal as to how big you make them. Now these should fit good in my journals right here. I think I have these at like 7 by 4.5 maybe. We'll measure them. But I had made all of these, and I had started decorating and embellishing some of them when I realized that I had no sound. And I could do a voiceover, but yeah, no. I can't do that. So we're just going to remake them, and you can fill these with all sorts of stuff. And like I said, I had already started trying to fill these, but these will be great to just have in a little bin and right ready to pull out whenever you need something like this to go in a journal. So I'm going to set these to the side for right now. And this is the book that I have been working out of. I don't even know how old it is. It was in the school system back in the early 40s over in Louisiana. So it is a very old book, but when I got it, when I rescued it, it was already coming apart, so I don't mind taking it apart. So that's a good thing. And as you can see, the pages are not brittle, surprisingly. I'm very pleased with that. So I'm just pulling out some pages that I can use to do these little, I don't even know what you call them. I have no idea. Maybe stuffed pocket or stuffed, I don't know. I have no idea. And somebody got a hold of this page with a crayon or markers or something. So I am just pulling these out. I mean, I could rip them, but I might rip the actual page. And so I'm just, you know, trying to get them out as gently as I can. And we don't need a lot of them, so that should be enough for now. I'm going to set this to the side. Alright, so what I'm going to do, I will go ahead, now let me show you how Natasha done hers first. Okay, so this is the middle. I just want to make sure I got all of these threads undone so I don't rip my paper. Okay, and it looks like I do. Okay, so what she done is she used one double page for the back, and then she tore the others. And this book is just too big for me. So I'm just going to go ahead and get all of these out and get them separated. Just get them like this, because I'm going to cut them down to the size that I need. And if I have to glue some pages back together, I'm okay with doing that. Just to be able to have it at a usable size for me. And so for each pocket, you're going to need a total of 4 single sheets or 2 double sheets. And so we will put several of them together, and then because I do have some already done, we can maybe embellish some. Look at this page. Wow. See, I love all of that. Okay. So now I want my pages to be, let's see, this was a good size here. And I have it at 1, 2, 3, 4.5 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6.5. Okay, so it's 4.5 by 6.5 is what I have mine cut at. So that's what I need to cut these papers at. It's 4.5 by 6.5. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut on several different sides because I want to get rid of as much of the white and keep as much of the writing as I can. So there's that. Now let's see, 4.5 would be right there. So see, that's good. And I'm not throwing these away. I have a huge stack of these. And so now we have this. And let's see where 6.5 brings us. Let's take a little bit off the top, and then we'll go back down to the bottom to get the rest off, because I'd like to keep that image. So there's 6.5. So whenever you're doing this, just think about the size of your journals and what size you would use the most, and that's what you cut it at. It doesn't have to be the same size as mine, or it's just whatever you need it to be. And this is just an idea on how to do this kind of stuff. It's because once you get the idea, then you can kind of just run with it and do it however you want to do it. You can do it with scrapbook paper. You can do it with, you know, the old books. There's just a number of different things that you can use to create this. And that's what I'm doing. It's just, I don't know, giving you the concept, I guess. Yeah, so needless to say, I was not very happy when I realized that I had done that entire video and no sound. And you know, I had done one yesterday or day before, I don't even remember now, where I had done quite a bit, and before I realized that the camera was not even on and working. So I don't know what's going on. I'm sure it is operator malfunction. I have no doubt whatsoever. But we are not going to discuss the operator malfunction. We're just going to keep blaming the electronic devices, and we're going to be done with it. We're going to say it's their fault. Yep, it's not my fault. We all know better. We know whose fault it was. I done something wrong, but it was storming so bad here this morning. Oh my goodness. And that's what makes me so aggravated, is because you could, you know, I thought you could hear the rain, and I don't know. We had tin off of the roof blowing around, and it blew the gutter off the house, and it was crazy this morning. Very crazy. And then 6.5. Okay. So let me move this out of the way, because we have got to figure out something to do with all of these strips. We will probably do some sort of like a master board or something. I don't know. But I'm not throwing them away. They're just too good and too many. So, but I do need to get them out of my way for right now. And see, I have way too many. All right, now the next thing that I'm going to do, and like I say, I do things probably different than a lot of people because I have to do things the way that I can kind of keep up with it. So I'm going to go ahead and separate these into 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. And so that'll make sure that I have, you know, the right amount, because I'm going to separate them again after I get them into the 4s. And like I said, it's just, I don't know if it's because of my ADHD or what. I don't know why I do things so odd. I have no idea, but I know that I do. And I'm okay with that. Okay, so there we go. Now that I have these separated into stacks of 4, I'm going to figure out which one I want to be my top on each one. So I'm going to do that as my top. And then I want to lay one out for the bottom pocket. And then the other 2 I can set over here. So I need to figure out a top. Some of them may not have, you know, anything in particular that, you know, I just would have to say, oh yes, that is the top. So it's not really going to matter. You know, but if there is an image that I definitely want to be the top, then, you know, now would be the time to kind of pull it out. And so I'm just separating them again, just so that I can, you know, have my little thought process, because if I don't, then I'll mess myself up. So that's why I have to do this kind of stuff. So I want that as the top. Alright, last one. And it doesn't matter on this one, I don't guess. Okay. So these are going to be my top pieces. So since these are my top pieces, I am going to cut a little thumb pull in these. And I just went ahead and stacked them all together and done it all at the same time. Done. Okay, so these are going to be my bottom pockets. And so when you're folding it, you want it upside down, where the writing is upside down, because when you fold it down, then the writing will be right side up. So I'm just going to fold these in half for right now. And remember, writing upside down so that when I fold it, it'll be right side up. Writing upside down, fold it, right side up. Okay. So we've got that. And I'm just trying to get them done. And these would be very easy to do as a mass make. I like to do, you know, if something has a lot of steps, I like to do as many as I can at one time. I don't feel like I'm wasting my time when I do that. Okay, so let me get that halfway straight. Alright, so we've got those. Now I'm just going to take my little eye roller and I'm just going to roll it down real good, get them good and flat. Okay, so now we have this stack, and I am going to separate this stack out because one's going to be the back and one's going to be the middle pocket. And so I don't want to fold more than I should or not have enough folded, so I'm just doing this. Now those can stay right there with that stack. And so same thing, we want our writing to be upside down, and we're going to fold this stack in half. And you can do just one of these at the time. You don't have to do several at one time. It's just, you know, like I said, for me it's easier. So that's why I do several at one time. but you know, you want to do whatever's easier for you and what works best for you. And so that's all I'm doing. And I'm trying to keep these as even as possible, but I do realize that I may not, and that's okay because it is a junk journal that it will be going in, and I'm good with that. And again, I'm going to just take those, stack them up good, and then I'm just going to roll that down. Set that to the side. Now this is our backs, and I am going to sew around mine, so I really don't need to glue mine down real good, but I am going to glue it down just a little bit, just so that it doesn't shift on me whenever I am trying to sew it. So I'm just going to put glue in just a couple little spots, not, you know, enough that it's going to clog my sewing machine or anything like that, but just enough that it will hold. That's all I need it to do, is just hold. So that's all I'm doing, is just putting a few little spots of glue here and there. It doesn't even have to be much at all. And then putting this right down, right the way I want it, so that when I go to sew it, it'll all be good. So let's just keep doing that. Like I said, it's something that you can do, you know, even if you, like one day you just said, okay, I'm just going to do nothing but get bases together, and you don't do anything else with it. You know, that's that much that you already have done. That's how I think about things, is, you know, I try to work, what's the saying, work smarter, not harder. And that's what I try. Sometimes I probably do work harder than I should, especially when I do crazy stuff, you know, like how I sort my papers and that kind of stuff. But that's what works and clicks in my mind, so that's why I have to do it that way. All right. I am a very, I'm a visual person, so I have to be able to see things. That's why I like to separate them out the way that I did, because then I could see them, and that's what helps me. Some of you guys may not be a visual person, and it might be better for you to just count them and, you know, that kind of stuff. But for me, I have to be able to see it, because it just doesn't click if I don't see it. You can tell me all day long, but until I see it, I'm not going to understand. That's just how I process things. Okay, so now that we've got these on, we can set these to the side. What did I do with the pen? There it is. Okay, just putting that in. Now, on the, whenever we go to put these together, we're going to have, these are going to be the middle pocket. So they'll go just like that. And then these will be the bottom pocket. But we don't want it the same size. We want it to be smaller. So that's why we have the stack separated out, because we need to cut this stack down. And I think I'm going to cut it down to 2 inches. So I'm just cutting the entire stack down to 2 inches. And so they're still folded, but those are at 2 inches now. And make sure I'm doing the folded side, or keeping the folded side over here, because I am known to cut the wrong side off. Okay, so how you assemble them now is the same thing. If you are going to only be gluing them, then you need to make sure that you glue them really good. I am going to sew, so I really don't need them glued down that good. Again, it's just like with the back. I need just enough to kind of keep it in place while I'm sewing. So I'm putting just a couple little spots of glue, and then I am putting it down where I want it. And then I will put a little drop of glue right here on that flap to keep that flap down. And so the same thing here, I'm just going to put just a couple little spots of glue where I want it. And then I'm just going to put it down. And this will all be dry. I'm going to just go ahead and glue all of these little flaps down at one time. Make it a little easier, I think. I'll see how my brain works. Okay, those are glued down. Let's glue these down. And I think it will make it a little easier to work with. We'll see. I may be dead wrong, but oh, I was wondering, I thought I was short, but well, I mean, I am short, but I thought I was short on the papers, but I didn't see those two over there. So I need to glue them down too. Okay, so let's glue these two down. There's a drop. And make sure I'm still filming because I'm in panic mode now. Okay, so let's go ahead and keep going. And I need to make sure that I'm gluing it on the right side because earlier today I glued it on the back side. So I just done the thumb hole all the way through on that one and called it a day. And I'm trying to make sure that when I put these down that I have my words going the right direction. And you also want to make sure that the book page doesn't have anything offensive, or, you know, like this book probably shouldn't, but I still looked at it anyway. It was from the early 40s and it was a school book. So I had a feeling that it was going to be okay, but you just never know. So I did kind of glance through the pages and everything seemed to be good. So that's a good thing. Did y'all see that? I was about to put that one on upside down. So close to putting that upside down. Here I am telling you guys to pay attention, and I'm not paying attention. I hope I didn't get any of the others upside down. I was running my mouth and not paying attention. So what I will probably do is, when I finish up these two, I will probably pause the video and I will go ahead and sew these, I think, and then we will come back on and get them finished up, I believe. Maybe, you know, we'll maybe finish one. I don't know that I'm going to do all of them, especially since I have that stack over there now. Since somebody didn't record, or no sound, I don't know. Just crazy. Can I blame it on the weather? Maybe it was the weather's fault. We're going to say that. Did I do it again? I did, guys. I done it again. What is up? Oh my goodness. I have no idea. Okay. So now I've got these ready to sew. So I think I am going to pause the video. I am going to grab my sewing machine and go ahead and sew around these. And then we will come back and we may decorate one or two of them and see what we can get done. So I will be right back, guys. Okay, guys, I am back. So I have sewn around all of them. And some of them I done zigzag, some I done straight stitch. So now we'll go ahead and maybe do one. I'm going to ink it up. And I could have done this before I sewed, but I waited because it's really, the paper's not real fragile, but you know, it is pretty old, and so I didn't want to, you know, go trying to ink it up and it not really be sewn together good. And I only had just a little bit of glue on it. So that was my thought process, and it doesn't hurt to ink it afterwards, you know. So that's all I'm doing, is just inking it up a little bit. And this is, you know, this will be something good to put in a journal if you're selling them or something, and have some extra, some leftover bits and pieces. This would be a great way to share those extra leftover pieces. So let's see, what do we want to do? I'm just looking. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do. I used these clusters that we had made on the others. Let's see. Can y'all hear the shepherds? I don't know what they're barking at. I have no idea. So I'm just going to put something like this, maybe a label. And we can put some stamps on it if we want to. So I've got that there, and if I put that maybe there, and let's see. I have so many labels, but I never remember to bring them in here. Yep, I am like, I don't know, I'm crazy. What do I want? It shouldn't be this hard. How about faith? I like that. That's what we're going with. And let me grab my scissors after I throw everything down. I'm just going to trim that little white off. And I will ink this up a little bit. And I wonder, I'm just wondering what it would look like a little piece of this darker lace. I'm thinking I might like it. Let's just see how it looks. Oh yeah. I think I like that. Okay, so let's go ahead and commit to it and glue it down. Let's do that. Because you guys know that if I don't, that I can be here all night trying to make up my mind. I'm very bad about that. So I'm just going to put some of this down here and then stick the lace on top of it. And then we'll put some on the label. Love it. Love, love, love it. Okay, and then I think I do want to put the butterfly down, or maybe I think I want the butterfly up there. I think so. It's about to be too late because I'm about to put it down one way or the other. So, boom, there it is. Like it or not, it's there now. Okay, so let's see. Do we want to do anything else? I'm not thinking that I do. I'm just looking to see what stamps I have in here. I think I'm actually good with that for now. So we could put a couple of things in here. Now we could pull one of those cards and put in, but I don't have another one made right now, like the big journal cards. So let's see how this fits. It'll give us an idea. So there's that. So we've got that in there. And then we can put maybe something like this in there with our lace. And we can put like this ticket here. We could just actually set it just like that. And we could set this maybe like that there. And then I need maybe one more thing back behind that. I guess we can put that back there. So there's that. Isn't that cute, guys? And let me grab my journal. And so it's a couple of different ways that it could go. I could simply clip it onto the page to where it would be removable. Or I could actually glue it onto the page, and I could glue it to where it would be a pocket this way or a pocket that way. So there's a lot of different things that you can do, and you see even with all of that I have in it, it's still not too thick for my journal. So it is just, it's something good to, you know, put some extra ephemera in. And you got to realize I have these tickets. This is a hard card there, so I've got a lot of stuff in here, and you see it's still not that thick. So go and try and make you some of these and share the photos in the Facebook group. We would all love to see them. I have got plenty of them done now since my little video episode. So you see, I shouldn't run out of these for a while. I think I had 12 this morning, and maybe I think it's 7 from this evening. So yeah, I've got probably close to 20 of these. But like I said, that's okay, because I should have plenty of these for a while. And you know, it's just nice to be able to grab this stuff out of your stash and pull it and stick it in a junk journal and it be ready to go. Super wonderful to be able to do stuff like that. Very time conscious, I guess, you know, to paying attention to detail. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye, guys.